open, everybody. I am the Sith Trader. It's 5:01 Central Standard Time. Globex opening bell for the day has rung. Wherever trading features involves risk is not suitable for everyone. Today's live stream is for educational purposes only and is not trading advice. So, this session was a little annoying. I started a live stream there. 200 points story. The open is not the type of price action that a guy like me is conducive or wants to trade. I did take a little scalp and Mike was okay with that, but after that I was like, I'm shutting this down, and we ended up right almost 300 points away from those lows. Lots of consolidation there against the VWAP. Actually, arguably, there were some good long opportunities here throughout this uptrend. I kind of was not trading, but a day like today, I was okay sitting out during the New York session. Coming into our Forcesweep or open tonight, that mid-opening range is set up. By now, many of you should know the drill. We wait for this opening range to fill out. Watch for some confirmation in the CVD in the order book. Looks like the market's just kind of picking up where it left off for the day, but be mindful of some actual trendline resistance here. A bit of a wedge structure the market has been trading in, where is currently inside of it. It's very reminiscent kind of a yesterday, in fact. I'm definitely going to be kind of aware of these other highs, and as we start to press a little higher here, as we make it firm out that opening range for the Globex session. I do not have one yet. Tim Thompson, the question being, do I have a Discord? I do frequent in the dots as well as the prop firms Discords. Basically two other buddies run them. I'm just another dude in them, but yeah, I'm considering it because I need something more to manage a community here. I feel that need from everybody. But I do think I want to plant my feet somewhere within some community. I think it's beneficial for everybody, myself too. you guys have seen me in the past take more aggressive setups. Like if we were to break this down to like, let's just look like a 100 tick chart, man, I put a smaller than that. I'm not, let's go to a 10 tick chart, it should be wild the way it looks. There you go, love it, the green. Okay, so what do you see here, right? You could make a case for like a little opening range, having play out, then the market on about that opening range and having pulled back maybe, into front run of a VWAP. This VWAP kind of shocked that's showing so far away from that, but like, this methodology is applicable on many different scales. 10-minute opening range is rather arbitrary, is what I'm kind of getting at. I just chose it one day and started to run with it, right? And it works. It creates some positive expectancy because you're really more or less aligning with the VWAP, right? I think that's generally what we're trying to do here, and the VWAP ends up becoming a pretty good short-term trend indicator, which is what we're effectively exploiting. Yeah, Sam, I think there are lots of good tweaks. I mean, and there's probably the first one to admit there are things that I do in my own trading that go above and beyond just the Forcesweep. I have used it at its core to rely on, right, try to be the base edge I'm trying to capture. And you just look to improve beyond that. The structure right now is pretty decent, right? This isn't the type of runaway gap-up market that we've seen in the last few weeks that was bad. The last couple days that we've seen some better trading. It's been in environments like this. 50-minute candles kind of look like they're turning. The market's picking up right where it left off from like the afternoon session. Got some pretty clear liquidity targets up at highs and all-time highs. Always got to be mindful of, a little flush out here early in the trade, and that's, what we're waiting for the opening range to kind of break with, but, we'll see. Oil didn't open with a gap down. You're probably looking at a continuous contract. Let's look at that real quick for you and explain the difference between continuous contracts and front-month futures. So, this is, if you look down here, you need to turn off adjust for contract changes, and all of a sudden, oil hasn't yet. So now you're just looking at the true June contract versus June rolling to July, which is $5 lower. So you're just looking at the July contract here, and you're looking at the June contract here. It's just the roll. There is no gap actually on oil right now. Now, okay, there is in theory a rollover gap, which in deliverable futures like oil does matter, because it doesn't make sense that June's price just stopped at $102 a barrel and tomorrow crude's all of a sudden only 98. So I will admit that rollovers like this in deliverable futures do have a tendency to somewhat matter, but you're not playing the delivery game. So it's not going to matter to you, because what's more than likely going to happen is that June, now that we're going into the roll, will actually collapse to meet July, not the other way around. Because this will be delivered on at $102 a barrel. You're going to see people who actually have oil come in and deliver oil rather than actually sell it. So it will drive the price down because they're physically delivering it at a better price than they could sell the futures. So just so you know, gotta always watch for that adjustment. And there's definitely, great eye, but it's there is no technical gap, and you gotta be mindful of that in futures and understand contract roll and changes. And today is technically, I think next Tuesday is the last day for June crude, but today is the kind of the day that you'll see volume overtake it. Today at all during the day session, crude almost did it, but July is now your front month future in terms of volume and participation. Just a contract roll though. But before you go buying it up thinking there's a gap to fill, there really isn't. Okay, we're coming down to test that low end of the range here. And And yeah, the only thing I don't like about a break of the lows is like, there's this kind of trend line and very clear wedge structure that, you know, I'd rather see the wedge structure than a break before you commit to something, but we're gonna, you know, trade's a trade and we're gonna continue to watch this develop here. But so far, no break in the 10-minute opening range. It has set up. Be mindful of the lows down here in 29,640. Mindful of the highs at 29,740. And the 100-point range the market is smack dab in the middle of. If I had to pick right now, the ideal setup as we go up, break the orb high, going to test into this 29,700, come back to the VWAP, and then you go and rip out both of these upside liquidity levels. If I had to just place my finger on what would be ideal in this environment, that's it. Unfortunately, I'm not here to predict what's going to happen. I'm here to react to what we see on the charts. Jesus, I walk in the other room, my kid has dumped out all of his toys everywhere. Yeah, I tell you, the best advertisement for not having kids is showing somebody your children. I'm kidding, kids are great, but it's just hysterical. What rights do we for the 10-minute opening range to break or set up? Got a little bit of a trade above the view up there, now back below. 15-minute candle we just printed looks kind of ugly, actually. Let's see what happens. I mean, if we're going to break down, that's the VWAP, and then go back down to test this red line or break it, I'm cool with that too, right? CVE is kind of reversed on us here, or reversed on the day. Little strength, got a lot of buyers. Imagine if we take a step down and take a look at our quick print charts, we're going to see somebody had gotten trapped up there at highs. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Not a lot, but you definitely had, right, 265. The biggest volume candle for the day. So far was trapping a whole bunch of buyers up here above the VWAP. We then tried to break out of that 10-minute opening high, right? And just absolute failure. So you had like what I would call absorption and into some passive seller up here at highs of the day. And then they dumped, and then this candle, this 261 contracts that traded, minus 89 delta. That's the stop loss. And whoever was buying here, right? You could see their low, the low in price at that time of that candle is right here at 29,702. Feels a lot like once we got below there, that guy's stop got hit, and look at where the volume's a little heavy on as he, busted out of that 200, probably a 200 watt or something. and got out as we swept down below the VWAP. But he had some consistent selling pressure here. That it ran out of steam and the buyers came in and kind of maybe some short covering back up into the V up towards the VWAP that ultimately got absorbed again. Not a ton of buying though, really light. So this is more like, like a trend move and then counter trend on light volume, and then a trend move coming back here with some decent delta again. And there you go, down they go, 92, 93, 100. So this is when participation picking up to the downside. We're seeing CVD just flips negative. Might take out the 10-minute opening range low. Let's see what happens. We know what to do if it does. No question there. And here I am hoping the market does this to the upside, but now trade's a trade, even though I hate selling all-time highs and all that good stuff, right? One thing I will be wary of though is if this really extends to the downside and doesn't give me an opportunity to get in. We will be mindful of that because generally speaking, it's better to follow the prevailing trend here. And anytime we've been getting short off the all-time highs recently, it has not worked out well. There was one instance where it did, but there's been a few wild days. Wow, it's deceivingly bigger than than I thought. I thought we were looking at maybe like an 80-point range or something. But I'm within 3. What's your stake? Be mindful of that. Be mindful of that, and if need. You know what, guys? I am, for better or worse, going to set that breakout. I wanted to close below, and let's see if we can't see any other reason to keep me out of this trade. Because we're trying to evolve here, right? Even though it's a tactical setup, that was a break. I had been constituting a break as a close below. We'll see. I don't know. Don't really trust that one, even though it's coming up and probably give us a perfect fill, and I'll regret not taking it. All-time highs, coming off all-time highs today, barely breaking that 10-minute opening range roll. Yeah, I just don't trust this one, for better or worse. CDE barely went negative there too. And then my final tell here is, let's see if we feel like somebody got trapped down there. If we got trapped, we could get right above the VWAP and then actually have a forced push back to high as well. Yeah, this is not. If we flush the low, that's a different story from here. And, and then go back and that's the VWAP. Like, that's a different story. I'm not very trustworthy of the rally right now up into the VWAP if it happens. But it's going on charts. Come on. Yeah, that's a decent amount of sellers, but then a positive delta, meaning like you had absorption into the low of the day. Somebody hammered this, tried to hammer it, and I don't trust this at all because now they try again to hammer it. And if they don't, this is gonna, be a short squeeze back to highs of the day against that guy. So let's see. I hope I'm not wrong, but even though technically we went below that min opening range because we didn't close below it, because we are coming off all-time highs and genuinely still chop inside of the middle of the larger range on the day. I'm going to sit out selling the VWAP here. If we go below the lows and then come back up and actually get a reset, or test lower high, then it's a definite setup for me. And I'll be taking it, but for now, I know I got a hunch that we get back up to this VWAP, which again is above that other 50-minute high and above the highs of this 50-minute candle. Yeah, I mean that's just asking to short squeeze this entire wick back to highs of the day. I could take the volume down a little bit there on the dubstep. But that greets him, I think, erring on the side of caution here. I think there's also a lot of statistics that say, two of them very easily I can point out that say don't take this trade because you're looking to short the market against the prior day's VWAP. So this level right here, this prior day's VWAP, which is kind of where it ends right here at 29,650. Technically speaking, you can increase the expectancy of this trade by only taking longs while you're above that or shorts below. And then, of course, you can always look at like the 18-day moving average or something like that, which is so far below us at this point, all the way down here at 28,000. But so you get below technically those are two ways of actually increasing the positive expectancy on pretty much any trade intraday. Right now, neither one of those are true, though both those things say concentrate on the longs. So there's a lot here that says I should wait, Yes, in term, I agree. Wick breaks are by far the lowest quality break. I think you see more losers than winners, so. And yesterday was also a long, so you're in the direction of that prevailing trend, and the all-time highs are still above you, right? So there were other things that help. There's only one positive expectancy being a buyer in this uptrend, right, than a seller. The nature of a very strong uptrend, right? And eventually that trend will end, but we're not here to bet on that. We're here to take a 20 to or even 40 point scalp and be done with the day, right? I mean, the market was, had a whiff of several hundred points today. We just want a small piece of that. We don't need all of it. just joining us, we're still waiting on that 10-minute opening range break. The low of the day, I'm not counting that in this environment, and out with these 15-minute candles. Even though it is technically a break, and if VWAP could trading still little lows, right? It's just not the ideal setup we want. There's other things I've been looking at recently to improve, right, the longer-term success rate and hit rate on this. And of course, will force us to sit out of more trades, but that's the nature of the game. How much you make is equally important, if not more important. The concept of how much you don't lose. Well, no law at the VWAP. Can't say I'm not surprised by that reaction or lack thereof. Right, we finally get back up to it and it's just straight through it. Yeah. Look at us evolving. Who says a Sith can't learn? Yeah, and I'm willing to bet we're seeing some good volume push and participation for you now, right? Like, yeah, 132 contracts. It's just like yesterday. We looked at exactly this type of move yesterday. In fact, I'm considering getting long here on some acceptance of the VWAP. I want to see a little bit more, and actually pull that towards the VWAP here. Might get long a little bit for a move back to the highs of the day. And the reason here again, guys, is because we basically saw that sell-off. Good volume, right? 170, 178, 213. Right again with 113, and then it's just been short covering all the way up. 152 blows through the VWAP now, and you're just averaging higher than expected volumes after trapping a wiki low. I mean, this would be the force push type idea. If we could get a little pullback here, deck to 97 and 96 is a thing. I'm going to be a buyer. Their order out there. VWAP's at 94. 95, yeah, a little aggressively. I'm sure this isn't going to fill me. It's just going to go, which is fine. Because once we break the high of the day, where you expect the Forcesweep, right? Or you expect that market to come on back down, the VWAP, and then, continue higher. Hopefully it just doesn't gun for a new high, all-time highs and everything else. But this is actually the kind of what you just witnessed play out, and what I'm kind of talking me through is in essence, a setup I call the force push, which is, me trying to give credence to the idea that somebody's covering, short covering. They're getting pushed out of the market. Definitely expecting a pullback here to 97 to 96. And if we can catch it, Icy Tears, nice little really gap is right there. But all seriousness, there's a reason those things work. Oh. Come on, give me an easy one before the Forcesweep. Nice SoCal idea that you like that, Tron. Nice work, everybody. Look at you guys getting along there for the move back up. I should have. I wanted to, but trying to be good little Sith. They're gonna do highs of the day without me. That's a bummer. Should have just marketed in. Good work for anybody that caught along there. And if you noticed, I've kind of rebranded the stream away from just the Forcesweep, right? Because, quite frankly, it's not all I do. It's not all the information I can give to you guys, and try to concentrate just on one setup that is a portion of the full trade plan, and it doesn't make sense. Although it is a great, easy setup to rate that happen every day, and a good excuse to stream. And now I don't know if I want the pullback, but I don't think it's gonna get it. Basically off the lows. We're watching something like Anchor to be WAP from this low now. Although I think the first standard deviation and second standard deviation of this are what are trading versus a little too lofty for me to take it, but kind of feels like that's how we're gonna get to new highs of the day. But great work to be caught you trade already, because it's technically Friday and you're done for the week. The touch grass, or your kids, your wife, your husband, whatever. You can literally anything else but sit here watching this stream. No, but if you absolutely didn't, be sure to like, subscribe, smash that button for me. It helps me out. Gives me a reason to keep coming back every day, seeing those metrics pump up. Knee.
Travel can't get through to me, it's not you yet, it's always me. I close my heart to you, you see it opens up for nobody. It's been so hard to fall asleep, the weather always makes my nose bleed. It's so hard to believe that one day I'll feel peace. I want control over my life, I want that driver's seat. Yeah, it's not you that I need, you push me down when I'm weak. You were never there for me, go pick up your keys and leave. I can't go back to you, my friend. go back to you, my friend. Don't even ask, don't play pretend, cause you think you are everything I need, but I gotta leave.
There, right? This thing just stopped moving altogether, huh? Or us? No, I mean, it has quieted up. I think it's gonna scare you, and some others already got their fill for the day. Thanks, guys. Now, jokes aside, I kind of got quiet. Looking for a quick push-up, break through, reset. Give me the Forcesweep I want. Right now, it's a horse push, where we kind of whipped and faked out on a low. We could confirm, there's a trapped cellar down there. And now we're expecting it to kind of get through highs. I'm hoping it could give me a little VVAC into the VWAP before it does, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case here. But my order remains, because even if it goes through highs or not, I'm still buying the VWAP. You've heard?
I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are going around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, no, I'll find you in my dreams. If you give me a loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the ones you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. I got the shivers. They'll be calling me royalty. I got the shivers. They'll be calling me royalty. I got the shivers. Be on my own again. Get ready for Forcesweep. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love. I know that gotta stay away from all your games. I know that find somebody else to love you. You did me dirty the last time, so now I gotta say goodbye. So now I gotta say goodbye. So now I gotta say goodbye. See the fire in your cold eyes, breaking free from the long night. Hold me close to the sunrise. Everything is gonna be alright. See the fire in your cold eyes, breaking free from the long night. Hold me close till the sunrise. Everything is gonna be alright.
Looks like we're gonna get the official range break to the upside here any minute. Damn, jam you. Defeat us. What we're turning into here. If I was taking this trade, it'd be 2-1 or score, is you sure? I don't think we stopped at the old orb pie. Let me take a look at some other stuff here to make sure. That's a lot of buyers up there. Want to see it push through and then pull back, but Or we gotta wait to see how we react or trade down there first. But we're double top at this point, so while we were wise to sit out the fake break to the downside, not breaking and doing a double top to the upside is equally as dangerous on a pullback in the middle of this range, or could be. That trend might make things actually pretty interesting. Get down here in decent volume. And may still be taking a while at the VWAP, but I'm gonna need to kind of watch this thing in fear that it actually nights through. Because we're in a larger prevailing range. It really just ran into the range highs. Gotta see that I have to confirm this a little bit more on the tape than just left it leaving an order out there.
You on the dance floor. Can you meet me on the dance floor? Yeah, I see you on the dance floor. Can you meet me on the dance floor? 'Cause I wanna dance. 'Cause I wanna dance. I wanna dance. I wanna dance. I wanna dance. 'Cause I wanna dance. I wanna dance. I wanna dance. Can you meet me on the dance floor?
in there. I. Oh. Marmalina Scott. I think I might try one. Be a little bit more with math, but. Yeah, I do. Oh, come on now, that's right what I want to be. That's pretty much more than I want to have been. Now I hear it they old. One day long working for I find they down with a bell. Well, that's unfortunate. That's fake on me last life too. If they all us really decent by them, but you need to see this scandalously. They hit all that and then some to be different. But I mean, this is something for purposes, but we're going to go higher. Well, see, I help a girl bigger than 63. They are the chains that are made on their off that buy him get up there to 100 bars. Then are maybe not. Well, they're thinking, well, why down since you but how these markets where they live. That's the 30 already want to see give it back, it did. I watched the eyes of this prior, this needed a candle. From distance there that we cleared through, on stuff for it, oh, 5. 4, man, I got died by one. I sucked in on the fire. Should have been out 13 for her. Yeah. It's not just stop watching at the other time. It's been bad. But from the BD, we're still only that's way low, and Barlow's are higher here. If the 8 candle has from 1 minute and close the hour, by it 54 doing something but what's there happened. The one comfortable line in the arm, but fortunately, he wants the dark push the ball out high. Because this looks like another bait. It's like we had down there. The full needed with it. And I thought we were going to stand that hourly candle, and it's not. That's, the game. It's the eagerness this way, all the way back up to 3-eyed. We'll see. The end of the hour. hopefully hear me better now that I actually put the mouthpiece down into my mouth. Yes, I took belong here at the highs. I was waiting for a double breakout with some participation up there. I still think it's going to sweep the high, but very I'm also going to be trailing my stop up here. Yeah, sorry about that, everybody. I was basically explaining why I got I sure already explained to you guys why I didn't even have the mouthpiece by my mouth. But I'll kind of go back over this. It really pulled back against me. I did not expect it to go that deep. Like, I was expecting a little bit of a pullback back to this trend line. So I kind of set 13 core. I want to say it stay above, but right now this better just bust the high. Needless to say, what I was watching, folks, was the build up here, increasing volume into that high. But as we started to push through, I saw this build. I said, I'll get long through that figure as we broke out of the high. Obviously did not work out in my advantage. Market immediately tried to retrace and break back below the slow. You saw decent selling pressure there. I mean, at least for where we are in this kind of like little trend, right? And thank goodness the seller evaporated and then buyers have come back in to take it up. Now I'm going to anticipate another push or candle like this right here. Through the highs, the 100 or 200 watt candle that blasts through. And that's the scalp I was hoping for initially, but they obviously knew I was buying it and tried to get me out first, of course, right? But that was the rationale behind this, is that I'd fake the lows, you're going up to touch the highs. You got an liquidity level, really, the next one's 40 points above, 30 points, 20 points above. So this, to me, looked like a no-brainer. It still kind of does, no-brainer kind of scalp. And 5 to 20 points above this level is not unheard of. And hopefully it goes here for me, but kind of pulling back. Great. But needless to say, the 07s that probably don't want to see this go. They're making a new 15-minute low here, but I can accept, 15-point risk. I will still take the VWAP on a pullback or bust through. I scalp out and then we pull back, right? So the idea here is simply, I thought I saw a very eligible, which feels a lot more eligible now for a breakout. Like, I wasn't long already. I'd much rather have been waiting till now, because now it's got 4 tops up into that area. Which is the only confidence it's giving me in the short term. Still holding this trade. It's like, okay, we made literally swing higher highs, the higher lows here, while pressing against the high. If it doesn't just break down and break that pattern, it's probably going to make another higher high and push through the highs of the day. Of course, now that the Sith Trader is in, is probably the exact reason it breaks down. Yeah, the longer this takes, the worse it looks, but need it to hold right around here. Then just go. We're just closed the first 5-minute candle of this new hour. Not a good look. day, so it was a good look, but the next 5-minute candle's already retracing. That's an inside candle. But the 15-minute couldn't take it out.
Come and set me free, 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 free. Come and set me free.
BB building, but not aggressively so, into these highs here. Bad look for my trade. Another wick low there. Trying to take out the stops, a little double bottom there into the low 5-figure, 06. Yeah, my stop's at the appropriate level. I don't want it below there. Because it'll probably touch the view up if it does. Oh, here we go, come on. 5-minute candle. I can get through this high. It looks really good and explosive. Let's see what happens. They get a 15-minute candle and an hourly candle. They want to potentially expand. But if I didn't like I liked the breakup before, I like it even more now. I'm not going to go adding no position because this one kind of want to get 3, but 1, 2, well really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tops. I don't think so. Let's go. We're on them. Alright, this last 1-minute candle, let's take a look at the vine footprint real quick, kind of see what kind of participation that garnish, because that was a nice little wiki candle in and of itself. Oh wow, 95. What's going on there? There you go. Let's just switch into the new candle. 95, not huge, but like okay, on par with the 100 line, kind of a bigger volume candle. Moved 2024 here in the first 31 seconds, so come on. You get through highs and this is going to bust up to 100 contracts, I bet. Oh, rejection again. Come on. One of the issues for unit tape at this time of the day is, hands down, just the lack of general participation, right? These numbers are in the thousands during the session, and you're struggle to get 100 contracts. So if somebody comes in wanting to trade 200, you push this market around. Doesn't take much to break. Like I said, here it comes. I mean, while there are like 6 tops into this high, if it doesn't break, that also suggests a very strong seller, and this trend line might be working, right? We're only here to read the tape and react. I reckon maybe a little too soon on this one. But still probably take the trade. 8 times out of 10 now. Knowing all-time highs and all the things are above us, so. Feel like they're gonna tick me. Get me before they go, but it is what it is, right? Oh, someone's coming back in, come on. For 5 minutes to close this 50-minute opening candle, or the 50-minute candle, which is still a higher low. Love to see it try to expand that range out. First 15 minutes of this 1 hour. might drag on when a Forcesweep would actually trade with it is or Liz. So far, stops at the level of it appropriately be at, I feel. And it's a little early for a breakout, I guess. I mean, this is really bottling up here. Gotta do something. I'm betting it pops the top forward, drops the drop, so. Couple minutes, halfway through this 5-minute candle. Last 5 minutes of this 15-minute candle. First 15 minutes of this 1 hourly candle. It could definitely reverse from here, don't get me wrong, but everything here, to me, looks like we're hunting liquidity to the upside still. Didn't even give us a VWAP pullback after a technical break of the high, even though, right, we want to see that close above. CBD's been building, but it's not aggressively so. I love that we're stalling here, right? The buyer participation feels a bit like we're stalling out. Tagging just above the highs would probably get people interested again, right? You see the shorts color, buyers come in. Heading lower, sucking a bunch of shorts in is another way that it can, then reverse and explode higher. After a consolidation like this, either one of those cases are equally plausible. And then that's talking about the larger trend heading higher, right? Okay, here we go. So it's going to start trailing stops and try to get break even on this. And then I might even open up the upside target to the 50 area if it really is moving and just trail the stop. See. Don't just quit on me right there. Come on. Let's fucking I'm really tempted to just scratch out of this right now, but the second I do, it's going to go up like 100 points. One of the weird days once I started streaming recently was internalizing how personal the market can be. Like, it's not personal, it doesn't know I'm actually in this trade, right? Well, it kind of does. But the idea is that I'm such a small trader, right? Even in a live account, my long is so inconsequential right now. Oh, they're killing me, man. Come on. The little gap there on the 1 minute chart build, so okay, maybe this is the back and fill. Okay, there we go, come on. So let's do it already. Did it really take it in the last 10 seconds of this 15-minute candle? Alright, maybe we're gonna finish it right here. Let's stay 3 through. Oh, hey man. Don't love that hey man 1 minute candle. That's a 1 minute candle, who cares? We don't get going here. That 15-minute range we just entered the tape with will get retraced all the way back down, and likely my stop will become the fodder for the target, right? Which ironically the VWAP is about to raise up into. So I'm going to be stopped where I'd probably want to be getting long. But that's why I'm not gonna let this go get me. Needs to break the stop here. Come on. Oh no, folks. Oh, that's just awful. I love the way the 5-minute and the 50-minute are looking. Come on, let's go. Expand the range here. There's literally doesn't feel like any reason why it shouldn't. I'm hoping is it doesn't just go like 5 points up and then straight down into me, right? Which I gotta be real aggressive with this trail stop, because I know a solid break of this level is gonna attract at some point to pull back into the rewap, or at least that's the premise behind the Forcesweep break. Though, I'm almost fighting my own tape a little bit right now on this, what was attempting to be some kind of quick skill breakout trade. And the second I get in, it becomes the slowest market ever. It again, impossible to not feel like the market is personally watching my stream and deciding to fade me. Hey. Where's a Trump tweet to send this thing higher? It's all my saver. This is a little mind-numbing. I mean, I do have half a mind of scratching this for the fight. Then it's taking this head here, and I would probably get a chance to get out break even, but because it's not going anywhere, you know? The original consensus was I wanted to break out here. But I'm okay. If no chance that this is not going, somebody is selling like hell in through this. And whenever they quit, it's going. So. Hey. The risk of the Sith Trader sounded like a broken record. Thing gonna go? This is wild. This is genuinely wild, how much this market is just grinding on this creepy opening range high. But he's just taking too long. I want to cut the trade because I'm fearful it's going to just wick down before it does anything. And if it wicks down, it's right into the VWAP. But you know what? Do I just move the stop 20 points lower then? You know, I guess that's what I end up having to do, because just going to get right back in where I'm getting stopped. I don't look stupid. keeping the faith. And what I'm saying, let's check our mind footprints again. Make sure it didn't have participation in actually any kind of solid sellers. I mean, look at this. Come on, they gone. Come on, push them, squeeze them. Everyone who is a seller down here is now cannon fodder. Come on.
Let it spread like a virus. Be a friend with the violence. There's blood on my hands.
Specifically, these guys 95 here. 121 couldn't get it through. Problem is when you can't expand the range to the upside no matter what, it's gonna have to go lower before it goes higher, which is what I'm fearful of right now. And it's just not going for me. We're already coming up on now the next 50-minute close. We're to 5 sustains, seriously. Oh, ACH is clear quicker than this. Oh my god. This goes down for the slowest breakout ever. Yep, there you go. Son of a bitch. Maybe I should have closed it. Well, maybe not. Okay, so that's actually a good sign for me. Wicking down like that, but it needs to pick its butt back up and get right back through highs here. But that's yet again another low, higher high and higher low on these swings higher. Well, it's not a higher high, but it is a higher low. Come on now. Don't do me dirty. Fortunately, this is the type of bull that looks like you're gonna want to take it down into that silly VWAP. I probably need to trail my stop up to the 08 area. I'm only really have like 11 ticks of risk on this. God, this is obnoxious. Must be JMU, it must be. Waiting for that Asian Tokyo Sydney bell. Which actually makes a lot of sense. Trump in delegation, or I think they're leaving Beijing now, but like the news headlines of the last 48 hours have been focusing on that geopolitical risk. Alright, just do me a solid, Mr. NQ. Not asking for a lot, just give me a solid pushable to 1925. Let me go stop to break even. The rest, whatever. Go. What even is this price action? Dapping lower? I don't normally over my stop, and already a buyer at the VWAP anyway. This is kind of a ridiculous price action. I don't want to get ticked. Because I'm basically buying here at 02 technically on the Forcesweep tonight. There's no fill yet on that level. The stop on it would be, yeah, back down here at like 89, so that's fine. It doesn't really change anything about what I want to do, I guess. But
did you cry when I found you in the night? Staying up till 5 a.m. Told me you and him were friends. Woke up in a burning home. Blame myself, I should have known. The staying up late, sealed our fate, buried in the catacombs. Setting fire to the life we made. Such a fucking waste of time. Said you love me till my heart decays. Guess my darling changed her mind. Talks my heart online. Was I blind, but too afraid to find that you changed your mind from sleepless nights? Was I part of your design? Pushed me till I broke alone. No one heard my heart explode. It's a suicide dive, just knew when you die and question everything you know. Setting fire to the life we made. Such a fucking waste of time. Said you love me till my heart decays. Guess my darling changed her mind. Talks my heart online.
Front run of the re-wap here, so I'm glad I'm still in my law. I'm probably going to be able to work my way out of it, but he had what a range, huh? And I'm tempted to add to this position right here, but there we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I did add. Won't push it. I remember if I stop at break even here, about 3, 2, 1. Man, it really, that was a shitty ad, but whatever. I don't want to just see it towards this 40 handle up to the 37s, basically at old liquidity level or the other high. But I'm happy he's trying this up, however much the market wants to give me. And then, yeah, the Forcesweep will probably happen after this, although arguably might have front ran it, right? And I'm hoping this is one of those press the evening type of nights. They'll come down to get me. My stop's going to come up here below this 3-bar low on the 25 tick chart real quick. It's also going to be, basically below the low on this 1 minute candle at bitches are like 24s. Come on. No. Gonna take me out. Oh, just miss me. There we go. 25s. Go rocking a little bit here, like 25 quarter. We're real aggressive on this because I know any pullback might be the start into the VWAP at some point, right, for the Forcesweep. But okay, scalping out a little bit of a gain here. And certainly, man, deservedly so. That's like, we should get $200 locked in here. Let's see. Nope. I mean, I'll take 135, whatever. Okay. Well, I'm off that one. This son of a bitch. Yeah, they're gonna press it now, aren't they? I mean, worst case scenario, I need $150 today, right? But that is the official break of the opening range for the Forcesweep. So, for all intents and purposes, we got a sub to look for now. And I got myself a little $150 bonus before we do it. There's the open break fired. Highs of the day right now become your target. Stops will be 1-to-1 risk with that. And we're looking for a pullback into the Colbic session VWAP for a long at this point down to that 04 figure. That's a 100 tick risk. Kind of a big one. Like, you ever get away with half that, but we'll talk about that as this trade develops. Opening range has officially broken. There's your orb fire. High of the day comes our target, looking for an entry back into the 06, 05 area. I can't believe I got tipped out on that. This is probably going to go right up to my 37 target. Whatever. I hate when trades don't go your way initially, and then you adjust, right? So, whatever. What can you do? This was the burst I was looking for back there when I took the damn trade. So let's see, we're going to be expecting a pullback now into the VWAP, the session anchored VWAP, but now that we have, officially orbed higher. CBD is building. I would like to see the CBD actually try to take out the highs of the day, but it may not happen until after that VWAP sweep. But let's see what happens. I have a buyer on a pullback into 2704. Just going to honor to make honor, basically. Good for you, Nico. Trial that stop just because, there's a high probability of pullbacks once you break that orb buyer. But by all means, great trade, man. I'm glad you made more than $150. But, at the end of the day, if this is my Friday, that's okay. Should be 400 or 500, but whatever. I'll survive. We got to take this anchored session VWAP off the chart now because we don't really anchored VWAP from that low. We don't really need it right now, but we will. I'll kind of look at that if need be. High of the day. I'm adjusting here. That's no big deal. Just our setup as well. Alright, I got a couple minutes here. I'm going to go start cooking some lasagnas. And I'm around. Really looking for that pullback in the VWAP. Doesn't happen here in an actionable amount of time or start to sweep those other liquidity levels into a new all-time high. Probably be done for the night. And not look to take the trade. I might come back and stream tomorrow morning because never know. I don't usually trade Friday mornings, but the docs giveth, I will take it. In that nicey session. So we'll continue to watch here. I am anticipating now to pull back into the VWAP if we've officially broken that opening range. We've also started to break some of the other, market structures we've seen, like the kind of the wedging triangle downward sloping trend line, right? So pulling back to test that trend line as now resistance. Aligning with the VWAP, it's a very much a higher probability type trade that I like. Before I go for some lasagnas in the oven, let's take a look at that volume footprint to kind of give you an idea of, yeah, the move we just saw, what Sith was looking for in terms of participation. You can obviously see the uptick in volume, 184, 115, 134, right? Yeah, that's what I was hoping for in the initial bust out, right? It's hard to go see that and then get in after, but okay. C'est la vie. So let's watch the point of control on these three pretty steady candles was, around this 29,724 area. So you start to break below there. You threaten taking back the kind of opening range high and, the consolidation highs. And if you take back and retrace it, if you want this naturally, the next place it comes. So, if I was long right now, I might have a stop around that 24 figure, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to trade because, hey, you're obviously doing a great job managing the long right now. Okay, yeah, we'll see what happens here. But we'll with you. That all is in the set tonight. But I do still anticipate that pullback at some point. Maybe it'd be at this point I'd almost prefer to see to go to 40 and then do it, but we'll see what happens. You all know what to expect at this point, right?
The silhouette's burning, embers rising high, like a chemical fire. The flame won't die. Intertwine, darling, you and I. Barely scratching the surface. This obsession of mine is fueling the furnace. I'm up all night and we intertwine, darling, you and
Whole acts happening here. Check for volume, but let's make sure it's looking like basically waning, right? Like not as much participation as it is of the upside bids we've seen yet. And you can see how it's 49 down and 93 down, 80, 114's a little stiff, but when we were rallying, right, it's 184, 115, 134. You'd see that again back here. It was the start of the day, 133 as we tried to go through eventually, right? So the bids 152, 159, the participation from the longs has been bigger. That reflects in the order book on CVD, it reflects in Bookmap when you're looking at order flow. You see that and see the volume profiles and footprint charts as well. So let's see, that kind of continues. This pattern, as we pull back over the next few minutes, looks like a new review up in that broken trend line, which would now be supportive. I'm not immune to the idea that there is a anchor session VWAP that could come in and support the market for anchored VWAP from the lows, but you know the Forcesweep setup by now, folks. We busted out of the opening range. It was good in market structure, and the VWAP is now the entry for potential long for a sweep back to new highs. At least it is for me. If we won't fill in and we just bust out and go, I'll probably call it the evening and come back tomorrow. But at this point, we'll see. Orders in. Oh, here we go. Sixes. The opposite that. I kind of want to pull this up the sixth quarter for myself. Come on, give it to me. That stinks. It's just talking about that anchored session, the view up from the lows. Well, I hope that's not what it does today, but c'est la vie. One more push down in that view up. Give me Phil. Come on. Oh, come on now. I'm getting tempted to pull this in, but boy, that 126. Oh, come on. Yep, I'm seeing all of those things here. I'm very, very tempted. Okay. I think it's gonna fill near here. Oh, maybe not. Alright, good. I am actually going to go ahead and pull this up and in. The build. Not bad on that some accounts, but by some point the top accounts at like 11. Bath, but not only give me a feel like that VWAP, but the fact that, like you said, yeah, here comes the EMA. I'm making a bad decision of risking the extra $150 I made earlier, like on this trade basically, by pulling it in. But this anchored VWAP from the low is just holding to the tick right now, with the volume starting to dissipate. You know, I probably will do one more flush, tag the VWAP and go. It's ideally how they would fill me earlier, but in the off chance it doesn't, and out there, that would have been the fill right there. That's fine. Oh, we're dipping down into it. Hold on, we need to see what kind of heavy hitter it is. 122 contracts so far. 126. That's a lot of selling there below the VWAP. Look at that drop. It's right back down there. Shit. Oh, well, that serves me right for not being patient here. Man. That's some heavy hitting down here. Let's see if they can get back above the VWAP. $283, yikes, 284. If they don't continue this fight, they have really, much lower here. 297, 299 is the big lot of sellers here below the VWAP. Down on that, down in that downdraft. Damn. Here's a return 40, so if it goes. Heck, I think he gets to 52 if it goes, but alright, so now at this point we want to see this market get right back above that VWAP, stay there and go. There, I hate losing the week on I hate when a week ends on a bad trade. Come on. I mean, 9 out of 10 times I take this trade, so what can you do? It's not dead yet either, right? How many times do we see? How many times do we see the market dip below the VWAP? Get strained down here with a lot of sellers and squeeze right back up for highs. I mean, what the market does, right? Let's see what happens. Another quick look here down at our rhyme profile. Let's see if our footprint candles, see if it's giving us any indications. I mean, that's a huge, that's a huge downdraft that if we don't see follow through from, these guys are getting screwed. Only control through all of this was for right around that 99,700 figure, so it's not far from catching up with the squeeze back towards the VWAP and likely back above at that point, but it needs to go. CBD, I'm sure, got crushed at ball. That's an interesting development. Look at this. Look at CBD here. Wow, that's not the whole chart for the day, but I mean, doesn't go negative. That's a huge red flag for the sellers right now. That, like, you guys can all see that down there. Lows of the day, we printed minus 35. They come down here and can't take it out. It doesn't mean they can't roll over and take it out again. Like, that might be a short ego with the momentum on, but they actually saw the biggest amount of sellers down here at lows. CBD couldn't print lower. Like, somebody, effectively, that says the buyers are coming in and still absorbing that selling pressure. Nice big uptake on the buying side here. Good volume. Positive delta. Got to get back below that VWAP. And should be off like races to the highs of the day, in my opinion, but we'll see. This market has not respected my opinion. What's lately, though? Take it with a grain of salt, folks. But it's nine times out of 10, I would take that. This Forcesweep, so let's see if I think it does it for us. I'm going for a little bit more aggressive target. I've got that second liquidity level, the 29,750s, just because if it goes really quickly, I want to get it in this environment. If it go 50 points and, hair. But I also will trail that stop to, walk in 35, the highs of the day where the technical target is for this trade. So, or even take it if we're pressing into it. Of course, this market needs to get back above the VWAP right now, because failing at it again here is acceptance below. Not a good look, especially if we sweep these lows again here. Our takeout this low. Not a great look in terms of all the work the Bulls have done to hold it up. And trying to not let those sellers get back in control.
Walk on water cause I'm drowning and you made it. Met you on the corner, first in love, it was payday.
Man. Well, that's too bad, folks. I don't think this one's gonna work out. Not dead yet, but it's hunting. Our very setup is what it feels like now. That rally there should have got us back a little bit. Well, in my opinion, should have started something. I mean, it could do it from here. Yes, but so close there. Don't pick me. Yelp. The 800 on it. What the heck is going on? Well, that is a full stop out on a Forcesweep setup. That sucks. I'm not out yet just because I was so close to blowing these evals. I actually moved my stop to this way they blow out, more or less. I don't know how I survived this, but okay. Maybe I get lucky. Heck, at this point, I could just pull that stop, really. Well, folks, that stinks. It is a technical stop out, and I might survive the street just because I'd let these accounts blow for another $100. Okay, why not? Didn't even take out lows of the day. That is so dirty. I see zero reason or how this is going to survive. I'm going to try to work my way out of a trade that otherwise I shouldn't be in. And by the grace of God, I might get lucky, but that is a tactical stop out for the Forcesweep tonight. And unfortunately, there's not much else I would do tonight because it feels like we're going to break this range down. Negative CBD now. It's just, the attempt to break out happened. Attempt to defend the VWAP happened. Now we've got acceptance below. This market feels real dirty, and but don't get me wrong, it very likely it's probably going to go up to highs of the day and go on, but this one counts as a technical loss in the Forcesweep, so that's a stinger. I hate to see it setup breakdown, and again, the only reason I'm in it is because it's a props from below. If I basically below the oil today, so why not let it just take me up there? Well, what can you do? This will be wild if it comes all the way back, but I am gonna kill the stream for the night. Then go sulk in my dungeon of solitude. Pray for me, maybe I can work my way out, but ultimately, I'm kind of anticipating it full stop on these anyway. So that being said, everybody, thanks for joining me tonight. We're going to come back tomorrow morning, see the nicest session is kinder to us. The Forcesweep just has not been doing it lately. Kept ourselves out of that initial short. That wouldn't have worked out. I'm glad many caught that long into the new highs. I should have had a little bit more, and that could have been my trade for the evening. But nevertheless, the actual Forcesweep setup as it's drawn just did not work out tonight. With all that being said, thanks for joining me. Trading features involves risk and is not suitable for everything. Everything you saw today is just my opinion and not trading advice. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll be back with you tomorrow. This price action belts. Take care.